Welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Dee Dee, this is Randy, and we're at Frederick County Animal Control Adoption Center with some adoptable animals that you may be interested in meeting, passing on to your friends, or adopting for your own family. This is PRADA, and PRADA has been in our foster care program. She is quite shy. We think she is a hound mixed with boxer. She has a little bit of an underbite, which is very cute. And she's about 4 years old, and she is available for adoption now. Her foster family says that she is very good with their other pets and with people she knows well. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I'm sure it's pretty obvious that she's trembling here in front of the camera. So she is a little shy with new people, but she really is handling it okay for a dog that's scared. She's not barking. She's not trying to run away. She certainly is leaning on Randy for her moral support, but if you think that PRADA would be a dog that you would like to get to know more about, please call us at the shelter or come by and meet her. You can take her out in the backyard and see her in her element where she feels good, and see if she might be the right dog for you. Also, her foster mom has written up a lot of information about her, just so that you can find out if she's a good match. This is Willow. And Willow is one of many of the similar type of dogs that we get here at Frederick County Animal Control. Came to us secondhand, is brindle in color and houndish and terrier looking. So we call him a pit bull mix, even though he may or may not have any pit bull heritage at all. And the reason that we do that is because some landlords and some neighborhood associations restrict dogs that have pit bull heritage. And all that pit bull really means is a bulldog terrier mix. So if you look at him, he clearly is a terrier mix, but he's probably mixed with hound and not bulldog at all. But just for his future, we make sure that people know that he could be seen as a pit bull type dog, and that could put him at risk for being rejected by landlords and neighborhood associations. So he certainly is a lovely dog. He is 6 years old. We know that he was born in June of 2006. And has been called Willow for that amount of time. Dogs certainly don't care if you change their name, but he is used to it, and he answers to it here. He's very affectionate. He likes people a lot. He talks a lot. So Willow would make somebody a very nice family pet, and we are hoping that someone will see him today and consider coming and meeting him and seeing if he makes a good match.
You don't talk like other dogs, though. You kind of grunt.
Mm-hmm.
You got a nice tape, buddy.
Now this is an American Pit Bull Terrier. This little guy is named Tabby. He is only 8 months old, even though he looks quite mature and fit. His owners brought him in because they have two dogs. He gets along with other dogs. They have two dogs, and this puppy was crying while he was left home alone, and their landlord complained. So they decided to give him up and have us look for somebody who can train him and introduce him to being alone gradually. One thing about Pit Bull Terriers is that they do love people, and they love to be with their people. So you do need to gradually introduce them to the fact that you're always going to come back, and that's going to be a little bit hard for him now because his last family actually never did come back. So they said he was not tearing up furniture. He was not, he was working on getting house trained, so a lot of good behavior already to offer, and that he gets along with other dogs. But the crying while they were gone was a problem that they weren't ready to solve. So if you think that Taboo would be a nice addition to your family, he is quite young, still a puppy, still has lots to offer. Of course, he'll be neutered before you take him home, so that will be all taken care of as part of the adoption process. If you think that Taboo would be a nice addition to your family, or you know someone who would like him, please pass along his pet finder picture or come by the shelter and meet him. He's a good boy. We're back with Berkeley. Berkeley is a 2-year-old male lab who has a lot to offer. People are always asking us if we have Labrador retrievers, and we get plenty. Berkeley was born January 21st of 2010. He is a neutered male who's used to kids, knows how to sit, heel, and stay. What more could you ask for? The next question would be, then how did he end up in the animal shelter? And we cannot answer why some of the most wonderful dogs end up in the animal shelter, and Berkeley is a perfect example of that. But mostly it's because dogs are a commitment no matter how good they are. Berkeley's going to need to be walked a couple times a day. He has lots of energy. He would love to go camping on the weekends. He would love to do other family type outings. And so when people think about getting a dog, they do think about the dog mixing in with their family schedule as it is. But if you think about your 8 hours at work, your hour of commute each way if you're lucky, doing homework with the kids and eating dinner, and then sleeping for 8 hours, there's about an hour and a half left for a dog. So you really do need to plan to wake up earlier, stay up later, take breaks, hire a dog walker to really integrate a dog into the typical family schedule. If you are lucky enough to have somebody who's home during the day, then couldn't be a more perfect time to think of getting a dog. So if you think that Berkeley would be a nice addition for your family, please come by the shelter and meet him. He's a great dog. We are back with Jenna, and Jenna is a 12-year-old Siberian Husky with a story to tell. Jenna's family lost their home, so they were not able to keep her. And that is a heartbreaking thing to happen to a family that's had a dog for 12 years, and also to a dog that's had the same family for 12 years. So while she probably has stayed at the vet and kennel before, so staying here is not so traumatic for her, she certainly would like to be with a family again, the life that she's more used to. And sometimes people in shelters and rescues would say that a 12-year-old dog isn't really adoptable. But we find in Frederick County that Frederick County citizens are quite generous about adopting older dogs, even if she only has 3 to 5 years to give to some family. She has all of the experience of her 12 years of house training and leash walking and kid tending and treat eating and sitting on command and all of the things that dogs do for their families after a couple of months of training. She's already ready to do. So while she is struggling a little bit on our slippery floor, Jenna, she certainly has a lot to offer a family. And we have many stories like this at Frederick County Animal Control, and we often have great successes to share with animals that have been adopted. We had an elderly lab with a tumor adopted last summer. We had Bubbles, the little terrier you guys saw that needed extensive dental work. So Frederick County citizens have been very good to us, taking in dogs of all ages, and we hope that someone will see Jenna today and think that she's the right dog for them. We're going to be back after a break with some more adoptable animals at Frederick County Animal Control. Hope you join us.
Come and join us at Oakdale Rec Center for our new free Heart Healthy Walking program. Heart Healthy Walking takes place during your child's preschool or sports program. The person who walks the most during one of our 5-week programs will win a $10 gift certificate to a Parks and Rec program. We look forward to seeing you walk towards a happier, healthier lifestyle.
It's a great time to be a senior in Frederick County. Don't let the word senior mislead you. It's just a way to distinguish you from the youth of today. Frederick County has 5 senior centers offering various programs for all generations of seniors. Activities include classes, seminars, social events, weekly clubs, volunteer opportunities, and day trips. Each center offers different programs depending on the needs and wants of the people who attend. Visit one of the centers today in Frederick, Urbana, Brunswick, Thurmont, or Emmitsburg. For more information, give us a call, 301-694-1605, or visit us on the web. See you at one of our centers.
concerned that there is a party taking place where there's underage drinking or drugs being used, or that you've heard that a party is going to take place, there's a tip line that you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's 301-600-1318.
Welcome back. We have some adoptable cats from Frederick County Animal Control for you to meet, and our first guest is Rutro. Rutro is a 7-year-old neutered male, black domestic shorthair, as you can plainly see. He is purring and friendly and outgoing, likes people. Hopefully he'll talk for you. He came to us secondhand, as many of our animals do. But we don't have a long profile about him. We try to encourage people who bring their cat to the shelter to tell us as much as they can about the types of food, kitty litter, toys they like, people they've lived with. And Rutro's owners did not give us a lot of information other than his name, which he is used to. There he goes. And he would very much like to be in a family situation again with his own kitty litter and his own rooms and carpeting and furniture and all of the things that cats like to enjoy. If you think that Rutro would be a nice addition to your family, then please come by and meet him and all of our other adoptable cats, more of whom you will meet in just a moment. You're such a nice kitty. Orange, too, is another 7-year-old male neutered domestic shorthair. Obviously, he's orange tiger striped. The 3 most common colors of cats are the black one you just saw, orange tiger striped, and brown tabby, which we'll meet in a few minutes. And Orange, too, is a very friendly, also secondhand cat who came to us owned. And it's often hard to imagine that when you get a kitten, that you would have to part with the kitten, but because cats can live 12 to 18 years, you really do have to think about your future. And Orange, too, already being 7, means that the commitment you have to make is more reasonable for most busy families. The next 7 to 10 years, you need to know that you'll be in a place that allows cats and that you'll make room for a cat in your life. One of the most complicated things for animal shelters is finding the second or third home for an animal who is perfectly delightful and normal in every way, but sometimes people are reluctant to get a secondhand animal rather than a baby one, even though it's much less work to get an adult animal who already knows how to use the kitty litter, knows how to sit on your lap, knows his name. So if you think that Orange, too, might be a nice match for your family, please come to the shelter and meet him, remembering that we are here late on Wednesday and Thursday night for your convenience. We're here till 8, and we're always here on Saturday until 4. We're open several of the holidays that you might think the shelter is closed, so please check our website for our times or just give us a call at 301-600-1546. We are back with Marty, and Marty is a 5-year-old neutered male domestic shorthair, and Marty has something, I don't know if you can see. He has his right eye. He's just going to be too happy for you to see it. Maybe in a second you can see it. There you go. His right eye has an opacity. It looks blue, but it's like an injury to the cornea that's years gone by. And our vet checked it out. It doesn't give him any discomfort or seem to give him any problem. It may affect his vision, but he doesn't seem to be affected as far as getting around. He is an affectionate, low-energy cat, very much a lap cat. If you think that Marty might be the right addition for your family, then come by the shelter and meet him. There is sometimes people don't want to adopt a black cat, and it may just be the superstition about black cats being bad luck, which everyone has heard, and isn't true. I've always had a black cat as long as I can remember. And they have been shown in research to actually be more outgoing than other colors in general. And obviously every cat's an individual and has his or her own personality, but Marty is very affectionate and definitely looking for a lap to call his own. If you think Marty might be the right cat for you, please come by the shelter and meet him. Charm is a brown tabby female who will be spayed prior to adoption. And Charm is only 3 years old, and she is also a lost kitty. It is surprising the number of cats that we get every year, in fact more than 2,000, that are friendly and outgoing and obviously used to people, that have no collar, no ID, no microchip, no way to find the family that's been caring for them. And we are able to place them in a new family. And thank you, Charm. And very successfully, because they have the experience with people, they want to be with people, they already use a litter box, and they just make delightful pets. This time of year, we have fewer kittens than normal, as you may all know, and that will start up again about the middle of April. So if you are thinking about getting a kitten, fear not, we will have plenty in April. But if you have considered adopting a cat that's not going to run across the top of your bookshelf and eat earrings like kittens do, then Charm may be the one for you. She's quite lovely. She has a beautiful coat, lovely personality, and I'm sure she would be very happy to be at home with you rather than here in the shelter this spring. So if you have been thinking about getting a cat, now is the time. We have plenty, and as you can see, she might be just the right one. Oh, you're a good girl. So that no one forgets that dogs and cats are not the only pets available at Frederick County Animal Control, we are having our guest Bastion. Bastion is a beautiful chinchilla bunny. He is only a year old, and he will be neutered prior to adoption. And people often ask about rabbits as pets. I'm sure when you grew up, you saw rabbits in hutches in backyards, and that is not the ideal way for a rabbit to live, actually, for any animal to live. But rabbits are just as interactive as a cat or a dog. They have their own unique personality, as any animal does, and they're intelligent, affectionate. You can go on YouTube and view agility rabbits, where you can see target-trained bunnies that jump through hoops, run over ramps, go through obstacles. Rabbit is a really fun pet to have, and we certainly wouldn't want them to have their life limited to hutch outside. The other problem with hutches outside is that stray dogs can get into them and harm your rabbit, but there are also a lot of issues with overheating, getting too cold, and parasites with rabbits that live outside. They get fleas, ticks, lice, all kinds of parasites when they're unattended in the outdoors, just like a wild rabbit would. Domesticated rabbits are made to be much calmer than wild rabbits, and therefore they can certainly handle the stress of being inside the house and hearing TV and getting along with other pets, even if your other pets are appropriately matched for a bunny. I had a rabbit many years ago and a dog at the same time who were great friends. It also usually surprises people that rabbits can live 12 or 13 years. So if you are interested in adopting a rabbit, the most important thing you need to know is that they do need a cage at night for their safety inside the house, because they'll chew things that might hurt them, and that they eat hay. They're much like horses, easy to take care of, and what you see in the little pen where Bastion is hopping around is pumpkin seeds and some alfalfa cubes and some hay. They also like to chew on anything, but we offer safe cardboard for him to chew for his enjoyment if he chooses to. If you think that a rabbit is in your future, please talk to us about it, or check out House Rabbit Society on the internet. And remember that you can find the pictures of all of our adoptable pets you saw today on Pet Finder, pass them on to people you think might be interested, or come in and meet them. And always remember, we have more animals than we feature on the website, because we get an average of 20 new animals a day. So please come by the shelter if you're thinking about getting a pet, and we will see you next time on Pet Pals.